Welcome to another part of row scale Sandbox. This is not another part, this is another part about all whistle sounding, testing, and row scale Sandbox. So we just actually spawn for the McShay here for just about here because last time we just eventually spawned for the Lima C73 Shay from MRLC. So looks like this is actually for a Maryland Montana Railroad logging company. Because actually we don't actually use some tenders to power the engines as well. So because of this one moment that I might gonna be hitting for ourselves for the whistle. Last time we did for 1 and 2 tiers for just only one thing as well. So now which is actually it's not gonna be the same here. So let's just hear from just about of this locomotive to hear this as once. So like I say, we're gonna be hit it for 3, 2, 1, let's hit it. It does actually sounds like the same as for the Red Rail Atlanta. So absolutely hearing for this says it was aren't gonna be trying to do this. Similar to the Lima train as well for the McShay over here. For just over here for probably to do this as anyways. We're gonna be spawned for ourselves. Not similar to for the Red Rail Atlanta. Not similar to Red Rail Atlanta as well. So we're not gonna be clearing plots. Let's just clear for one train at a time, and I hopefully it already removes like anything as somewhere. So, but not without further ado, we're continuing to spawn locomotives as fast as possible. Now we're at only one things to do. So before the tier 3 is coming on, it sounds a little bit small, but looks like we just completely spawn for the Pacific Electric steam engine. Yep, this is the Pacific Electric steam engine. Unlike electric steam engine for just one thing. But then probably it's actually going to be going for fast forwards like itself, as we're going to be testing this whistle from anything from the above. So we're going to be spawning every locomotive such as the Union Pacific Challenger or like those big things as well. So the tier 3 locomotive sounds pretty ridiculous as well. So the first off, let's hear this some sort of for the Pacific Electric engine as well. I mean electric steam engine as well first. But I'm probably not sure. It came from actually I don't really know what it is because that whistle sound like in Rosekill Central Railroad. And now it's time for the tier 3 locomotives to do so. Once the tier 3 engines have been completely spawned, we have 2 GS4s, 2 FEC for the 484 FEC locomotives from Union Pacific, the Union Pacific Challenger, and the big boy just right over here. It was exactly how loud it is, but I'm probably sure we'll be now to hold the whistle for just a little bit for it to do this, and hold this horn for about 3 seconds and then let go. Currently, I just actually use as a FEC like the number 835 and the 836 as well. So probably we're going to be trying to start for the 4430 steam locomotive as well. So we're hearing this out as of going to be trying to do this because this sounds going to be pretty ridiculous as well. And it was actually for the low pitch whistle, including for such as 3 or 5 chime or 6 chime as well. So we're gonna be hearing about for this thing as well in 3, 2, 1, hearing this out ridiculously as well. Is it quiet? I'm probably sure this isn't gonna be really loud as well. Whoa, this is ridiculous as well in this 1 second. Let's just hear it again. And it's not loud enough. So what about for the Black War Train as well? It was just like the same as the GS4 locomotive. And then we will move on for the Union Pacific big superpowered steam locomotives. There must be two living legends around here between the number 835 and the 836. We're being requested as well, and looks like we're gonna be sound as this. In 3, 2, 1, let's hear this out. Including for such as another one from over here. Wait. I think it's absolutely another the same thing as well. And then the big boys we got here. As we just absolutely, it's going to get a little bit of low pitch as well. And it sounds pretty loud as hell. So let's be prepared to hear this whistle in 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it out. Pretty a little bit worse. But I guess. It took a little bit too long as well. So, what about the big boy? That was pretty insanely, but even completely a little bit gone worse. Like, this is not unfortunately like it as well. So probably that could be a little bit much more that I just never meant to be as well. So the next locomotive that I'm just going to be spawned here is going to be for the Tier 4 locomotives, as we're probably using for a train manager. As we spawn WMI2 in a mod like these things as such as Western Maryland, we spawn the New York City or the New York J-Frisk Hudsons, the Hudson locomotives as well, including such as the CNJ G3, the freight engine and passenger train from Reading Railroad. So, looks like this is not actually like the Reading Railroad, it's the Reading Railway or just something like it else. So, we're now hearing those whistles from their big old Western Maryland that I just seen when I was a pre-dumb kid. So, looks like we're going to be using for the number 1111, was going to be going first, as we're hearing this out in 3, 2, 1. Sounds like a Western Maryland to me. And Coaster Fan, 2305. So this isn't going to be going here without to do this. Without further ado, let's hear just once again. That was obviously taking for a little bit of a long time. Let's hear another one. Let's just hear this a little bit closer. That was a little bit awful, but looks like that sounds a little bit awful, but aren't beautiful enough. So the next one is the Hudson locomotives that we're going to be hearing this out, but not to do this. Let's start for another one for just some sort of a pre-Blue Comet locomotive. The steam trains are loud, but the CNJ G3, I'm sure the CNJ G3 could be up next. Before the Hudson locomotives sounds pretty intensely loud, but unfortunately we did not actually going to be trying to do this as well, but the Tier 4 locomotives isn't going to be probably to do so as well. So anyways, let's sound for this one as well. Hear it out. What is actually going on? That was a little bit pretty good. And anyways, let's move on to the Dayfris Hudsons, because it probably sounds like more ridiculous, but it's a little bit dense and beautiful. But the number is 5445, so we might able to be listening to this as well. That was ridiculously beautiful as well, so let's just hear it again with the 5405 locomotive. That sounds like a little bit of party of those Hudson locomotives. Should we stop hearing this for some sort of a whistle? That's pretty good. And the next one could be the T1 locomotives, such as freight and passenger trains, without any tenders. So looks like this is the locomotive number 2101. We'll be hearing this out for such as for one chime whistle in 3, 2, 1. Is it? This is a single chime as well. Probably that was pretty good. And the 2102, the passenger locomotive. It was more densely a little bit loud, but this some sort of a single chime whistle was more louder than a sixth chime, because this steam locomotive whistle was called reading sixth chime. As we're gonna be trying to hear this in 3, 2, 1, scream. That was pretty beautiful as well, but more beautiful as well, because next one isn't going to be just like it's about to do this as well. So it might get to be heading over 20 minutes of this video. So another one of those stack of locomotives, like anything it was, because I'm afraid that is it for this video. Because if you're just going to be trying to check it out of this game, and the game is going to be linked in the description down below as well. Thanks for watching and for all your support. And if you enjoyed this video, but unfortunately the video's performance looked probably bad because of this, I'm not pretty sure that bad it is. Because until the next morning, I'm afraid this isn't going to be gone as well. Because we're going to be about to use the American Freedom train. That's slightly sure that we're going to be remodeled as well to do so. But looks like this isn't going to be going to take it a little bit for many more reasons to do this as well. So actually, I'm going to be taking the Hudson locomotive to take it on the first run. But I guess it's going to be going for a round of to move on for its one place. The train number 4505 is departing itself along the way. I'm afraid this train is going to get a little bit fast, but I'm very sure the video is going to end for just a little bit sometime, and probably that will be it for this video as well. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and click that bell. So anyways, thanks for watching and for all your support, and this is Turbo Concept is signing off, but that steam locomotive is coming out fast and coming out hot as well. So I realize it's going to be coming towards of this thing as well. And without further ado, and I'll see you mini lads and rail fans all later, just in case for some weirdly reasons for just, oh dear, I just forgot to turn off for those railroad or the train address off. Just I really don't think, guys, anyways as well.